Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen, and all in between, and welcome back to part 17 of Lord of the Rings Online. Now, you may notice we look a little bit different from our last episode. So, in between this episode and the last episode, I did the Great Barrows instances, which took a long time because I couldn't get anybody to help me do it at my level. But thankfully, in the world chat, I found two level 130s, which is the max level, to help me blast through it, and it was brilliant. And one of them gave me some much upgraded heavy armor as well as dual wielding axes. I did want to try out dual wielding axes. I think I prefer a two-handed weapon. It just looks cooler for a Beorning, but these axes are much better than any weapon we could get at our level, so we took them very, very thankfully to those guys who helped us out. So we've got mainly a lot of quests now just to finish up, and I think this will be the end of the Barrow Downs, except for the few deeds that I have left to do. So without further ado, let's talk to Aradia for mustering and for heading west. You have done well, Runlina. Nevertheless, we shall sojourn here a short while longer to see that evil does not come to the simple folk of this land. And we'll get a really awesome hooded cloak for our troubles, which we will put straight on.
How can I be of service?
You are a valiant Beorning, my friend. You have succeeded where many would have failed. Truthfully, I would never dare. Thank you greatly for your help. I believe that Bree is a safer for your actions. We'll take the bow. We won't use it, but you never know. I forgot to mention as well that we got level 24, so we're doing quite good. And we also got a new quest inviting us to the North Downs, which is the area after, or you can do alongside the Lonelands. So we got a new title. We're now a friend of Bree, as well as we completed a deed to become a friend of Bree, which means we get a travel discount. And we have a new deed to become an ally of Bree, doing more quests. And we're now a friend, which is awesome.
Would you do something for me? Could I speak with you a moment?
And there is the master of this land.
Ring a dong, hop along, follow the willow.
Ho there, stay a while, or are you still hurried? Othrangroth, you say? That's a dark place full of dark wights, and you've no need of going. If you must, you must, and I'll not be staying you. Very well, come closer, and I'll be telling you.
Ring a dong, hop along, follow the willow.
The Great Barrow is not a place for weak hearts or frail limbs. Wicked wights and evil lords make merry in their terror. They've never caught old Tom, and never will they. He's the master. If you be a-going, Tom will take you. Book 1, Chapter 11, Othrangroth.
Now let the fun begin, let us sing together.
Well, my merry fellow, ready to go a-leaping over barrows? Skip along, and we'll sing a song, and that will make the dark ones rattle. We shouldn't have too much difficulty with
An
it.
unholy alliance is forged within the depths of Othrangroth, the Great Barrow, a sinister pact which could spell doom for Eriador.
Come, Skorgrim. We shouldn't have much problem with any of the epic quests for a while because we're quite more higher level than we need to be. But as I said, I don't mind that. I also changed the interface a little bit as well, just to clean it up a little bit more. Oh, if only I had my level 130 friends with me here. Not a bother to us. We're following the Witch King in Lothlórien. See what he's up to. He's got the dour hand of dwarves with him. Running away, cowardly dwarf. Ha, if the game was all this easy, we'd be doing well. You heard Lord Scorpion. No one gets past this. Show no weakness. Alright, you've killed my man, but you won't kill me. I can't be defeated. Stay back. Scorpion promised. He said we couldn't be defeated. Oh, what was that noise? Uh-oh. The dead suffer no intruders. So far I'm really enjoying the storyline of LOTRO, it's pretty good. Clearly people who love Tolkien's work. Yeah, I didn't think we'd get through this without somebody popping up. Arise, arise, my brothers. Still couldn't help you. Quite a long dungeon. A great reward awaits you if you both succeed. Something Nazgul. It's the Witch King. Skorgrim, your dwarves should focus their efforts in the north and east. Ivor the Bloodhound. Our plans in the south are reaching fruition. The ring moves east to Imladris, no doubt. My champion has not yet finished her task. Ivor, we shall need you. We shall have need of your ward in the east. Put an end to this now. Once your tasks are complete, Mordorith awaits you both in the north. We must counter the loss of Amdir. My champion has not yet finished her task. Fools! I suffer your presence no longer. No doubt we'll come across Skorgrim and Ivor in the future, and now the dead shall take you. No doubt it won't be the last time we see the Witch King. Maybe it's not too late, maybe we can stop them. Sambro, the White Lord. Greetings, fool. If thou seek an audience, thou may approach. Well met. My master sends thee greetings. I grant thee the boon of an audience before I kill thee. Thou seem desirous of certain knowledge, so I will give it thee, for the dead speak not, the white cackles. My master seeks a great power for the Dark Lord, but the Dark Lord has more designs than this. The Pale Dwarf shall go to the north and gather an army in the name of Angmar and the Witch King. The Gaunt One, a great power himself and whom I owe this form, goes to the east. There in Agamor he shall awaken a power that lies sleeping in the waters. With her under his command, the skies will turn to blood and all shall despair. Now thine audience comes to an end, thy death awaits thee. Arise, my warriors! Take out those first. Thou cannot defeat me. Hopefully I can. What? It cannot be. Who's that? Tom Bombadil. Excellent. What are you be a thinking? Dead men should not be awaking. Vanish into sunlight, leave your bellows empty. Oh my god.
Ring a dong, hop along, follow the willow.
Was it worth the trouble? Did you learn your lesson? Leave the dead to sleep their dreamless sleep and walk yourself under the green grass under the sun. Come now, my merry friends. Warm fires awaiting. That was pretty epic. After you, Tom.
Saruman the White has become the jailer of Mordor. It was he who orchestrated my capture and imprisoned me atop Orthanc. Gwaihir the Windlord came to my rescue and saved me from this accursed tower. All would have been lost if Strider hadn't found Frodo and the hobbits.
Ring a dong, hop along, follow the willow.
The darkness is behind us in that dank and dreary tomb. We'll make our way back into the light and feel the sun on our faces once more. And as always, no room.
Ring a dong, hop along, follow the willow.
Our old Barrow Wights from Angmar came. They disturb the peace and trouble folk who wander through the mounds. Let the dead sleep and leave their troubles in the earth, unless of course you wake them, dancing on their rooftops. Hey, come, my friend, linger here no longer. To Bree you should be a-going. You've a friend there who awaits you. And we must return to Strider. We've got a couple of quests to finish in Buckland, so I'll head there first and then on to Bree. I will see you shortly. And we return safely to Buckland, after all our excursions to the old forests and the Barrow Downs.
Just a moment.
My thanks, friend, for all your... what's this? This sap has already gone bad, and my seasoned wood is rotted, and these mushrooms, they're poisonous. Fred, you can't be blamed, but all this, it's useless to me.
Could I take a moment of your time?
I'm not going to take that quest because we've done, I think, enough of the... these quests, and we're too high level for them.
What do you need?
I look forward to not hearing howls in the night. Thank you, Runlina.
Can't a body be left alone?
Well done, here's your fee.
Just a moment.
It looks like you've been busy in those woods. Well, a promise is a promise, and you've earned this well.
Good day.
Oh, these are notes on the old forest from Rollo Maggot. Oh my, the boy is sweet on me, it seems. He is such a wonderful lad. I had never noticed this before. Thank you, Runlina. I will be certain to put these to good use.
Please, leave me to my sorrow.
And you found him. He's coming back soon, and I can finish all I set out to do. For that you deserve something. It may not be much, I fear, but here, please take it. It is of use to you. You have no idea how much you have helped me. On the last quest of Buckland.
What do you need?
Wolves attacked you on the way to the bonfire glade. I'd wager they were as panicked as the other animals we've seen. At any rate, I can't say it'll be pleasant venturing into the forest for the time being, but better safe than sorry.
Please stay a moment.
And we should head on to Bree, and I will see you there. She's got a quest. Greetings, I am Saradan, and my lord Strider asked me to watch your progress in these lands. Your efforts to thwart these brigands may appear to be at an end. I fear it is not. If you would visit me at my lodge, we can discuss in depth the depths to which Bill Fernie has sunk. Runlina, I write to you on behalf of my captain Strider. I am tasked with watching the events here in Bree-Land and have learned that you have done much to assist the folk here. Your recent efforts in Bree-Land came to my notice when I learned you aided a hobbit with a problem with brigands. Your efforts against the brigands are admirable, and though you may have thought they were at an end, I regrettably must inform you that they are not yet finished. Bill Fernie, a citizen of Bree, in his own self-interest endangers the lives of all the citizens of this land with his actions. If you are willing to make the journey north along the greenway to my cabin, you will find it east of Thornley's farm between Bree and the borders of the North Down. Saradan. We'll go visit him now at some point. But first we see Strider. The door to Strider's room is locked. Let's talk to Barleyman. The Black Rider's designs.
One thing drives out another.
Oh, hello there again. I was so busy that I didn't see you, but there's never a moment's peace here, if I may say so. I was so worried that he'd sour my beer for letting Mr. Underhill and his friends go off with the ranger. You? Oh, well, why, that would be Mr. Gandalf, of course. They say he's a wizard of some such, and I'll say there must be something to those tales, for my beer's never been better. He was so pleased. Begging your pardon, but I do run on sometimes. Gandalf said to send anyone looking for Strider up to his room. It's up the stairs, just beyond Strider's room. Oh, we get to meet Gandalf for the first time. That's exciting. Gandalf's room. And there he is. My favourite character of Lord of the Rings. I finally get to meet him. I'm in need of counsels of my own. I must seek for high ground and look for Strider and his newfound companions.
Why do you disturb me?
You are lost or seek me with intent. By the look in your eye, I gather the latter, though I also sense you sought another. Strider, perhaps. Then we have both come too late. Our mutual friend has left, bearing with him a terrible burden. I am Gandalf the Grey, a friend of Strider's. If he set you to a task, it could not be much less urgent than his own. Tell me your tale, and I will deliver it to him. So, Angmar rises. It is grim news, but I am not surprised. Nevertheless, I cannot turn aside from my own task, for the fate of all Middle-earth hangs upon it. This burden I place upon you in the name of the free peoples of Middle-earth. Hinder the Witch King's plans if you may, whether east or north. I bid you fortune. Farewell.
I need your assistance.
And that was the end of Book 1. Now we've got Book 2, Aiding the Order. You have done much good for the people of Bree-Land, but the shadow of Angmar spreads far and wide. I have learned from Gwaihir, the Windlord, that another of my order has found corruption in the lone lands east of Bree. It may even be related to the dangers you encountered in the Great Barrow. Unfortunately, Radagast is given to wandering and will be difficult to find. I would ask that you enlist the assistance of the rangers in finding his location. There is one here in Bree-Land, Suladan, who will be able to aid you. Head out of Bree through the west gate and turn north along the Greenway. Seek Suladan and his cabin on the east side of the Greenway, across from Tornley's worksite. Now we're finally heading on to the Lowlands, our next area. Although we've still got a couple of quests and deeds to finish up in Bree. And we come to the Shades too. You remember that quest we picked up in the Barrow Downs where we found the resting shade, the walking shade. Wandering shade even. Shining and gleaming, I have seen this before on hand of my kin as death pulled him forth. In the stone alcove where life ebbed away, we had hid treasure and summoned forth death. Now shall I rest as my brother the same, at last at peace, at last to dream, seek the black rock. And then the quest finished up. I've got a couple of quests.
What do you need?
I must confess that I do not know where Radagast was bound when he left here, other than eastward into the Lone Lands. I do know that he was concerned with lightning which he saw upon the peak of Weathertop. One of my kingsmen, Candaith, has already journeyed to Weathertop to investigate. Perhaps Radagast has joined him there. If you wish, my horse will bear you to Candaith's camp.
What do you need?
It is good to finally meet you, Runlina. Your efforts in these lands restore hope where it is most needed. I only hope that we can lean upon you more for assistance. We must work diligently to undo the harm that has been wrought on these lands. I pray that we are not too late in beginning our efforts.
How can I be of service?
Your reputation precedes you. We are well aware of your efforts here in Bree-Land and abroad. We, the Rangers of the North, thank you for all you have done. I wonder, though, are you willing to aid us evermore? Are you willing to stand up against foes that have long risen up against men of Middle-earth, threatening to tear us out of our roots and make this world over in the grim visage of evil? I think you are willing and able. It is for that reason that I ask you to make your way north along the Greenway to the place where a pass cuts towards the eastern hills. There, in the ruins of the Greenway fort, you will find one of my brethren. His latest reports tell me of a great danger growing out of the north, and he is in need of much assistance.
What can I do for you?
The Thornleys farmers and workers of these lands for many generations have been spared much danger from the brigands. Word has reached me, however, that the patriarch of the family has gone missing, as he went to deal with foes out of the north. If you are willing, I would ask that you visit Rose Thornley to the west at her home, and ask after the well-being of her husband. I know I said I wouldn't do any more of these low quests, but reputation with the men of Bree is always good. I would like to become ally at some point.
What do you need?
Rob's gone missing, but how do you know this? Are you one of those southerners looking to steal this place? You'll find that we're harder than the land we live on. No, you are not, are you? Sent them by the rangers. Never did trust them much, skulking about in the cover of night, never talking proper like, but I must admit a feeling of gratitude lately, leastwise since Rob's gone missing. Rob went out with his father's sword trying to scare off those brutish men from the north. He left a few days back and has yet to come home. I'm running out of excuses to tell the workers. Please, will you find him? We'll do our best. And there's Andrek.
Greetings.
Suladan is a man of his word, as I am. Your arrival comes at a critical moment. There is much work to do and too few of us here to complete all that must be done. Perhaps we will slow the progress of this foe by our combined efforts. This, at least, is a good hope to have.
Stay a moment.
I've been watching the movement of orcs crossing into Bree-Land from the North Downs, and feel that before we move to assist those besieging the North Downs, we must strengthen the borders here. I have seen the orcs making their way south through the pass near Trestlebridge to a small encampment on the east side of the Greenway. It is there I must first send you to fight back the enemy and lay them low. You will find the orcs north of this location to the east of the Greenway. Return to me when this deed is complete.
Might I take a moment of your time?
Though it brings me no pleasure, and I hope that you find nothing in your investigations, I must ask you to complete a grisly task while you purge the orcs from Bree-Land. The orcs have come from the North Downs, and the simplest trail for them is to follow will have been through the Argot town of Trestlebridge. I would ask that you search the orcs you fell for signs of a struggle against the people of the North Downs in the form of cloth made by men. Should you find anything of the sort, return it to me here at my post. So, I think we'll leave it there for this episode. We accomplished quite a lot. We finished off the Barrow Downs, finished off book 1 of the epic quest, finished off the Old Forest, and say goodbye to Bree. So, if you enjoyed this episode, please consider giving us a like and joining us by subscribing along this journey across Middle-earth. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care and have a good day.